All right, so back to that summit and whether it happens at all, to someone who's very concerned about that, not that it doesn't happen, that it does, Independent Women's Forum foreign policy fellow Claudia Rossett. Claudia, your concerns are that the North Koreans have a long history of doing some about-facing on a lot of commitments, and things wouldn't be different this time, right?
Yeah, exactly. In fact, the thing that's different this time is that President Trump, instead of the usual U.S. diplomatic practice of chasing after them, trying to entice them, just tell them, okay, fine, I'm canceling the summit. I actually thought that was great.
So if the summit is back on, what would change here? And especially if it's back on for June 12th, which every day that goes by makes that a tad more problematic. But what do you think?
Yeah, I've been skeptical from the beginning that this summit can achieve the denuclearization of North Korea. But I think actually the way that it's playing out so far has been good. I think President Trump caught them as far as sort of the kabuki theater, which is there's going to be a certain amount of this with North Korea no matter what. But I think he caught them sort of flat-footed. In fact, the coincidence that they were blowing up, putting on this Potemkin show of blowing up their apparently already defunct nuclear testing site as he was releasing the letter canceling the summit, I thought, I mean, North Korea is no joke, but this was almost funny. And you notice they haven't made a huge protest over that. I think because they know perfectly well that it was an empty gesture. And, you know, they were sort of offering it as one more Potemkin giveaway to us. It was worth nothing, and that which is the great danger always in North Korea. So the more that Trump sort of gives them some of their own medicine, the better I think that is. It does still leave us with the problem of how do we stop the North Korean nuclear threat?
And how do we? Because a lot of people say all roads go through China, and I don't think it was accidental that the president referred to the change in posture of the North Koreans post Kim Jong-un meeting with the Chinese president earlier this month for the second time in as many months, that something changed since then, and maybe it was a more bellicose position recommended by the Chinese. I don't know what the truth is there, but I do know that we now have this deal to get ZTE, the Chinese telecom concern, back on the table, which leads me to believe that maybe a trade concession is coming, a concession on this could be coming. What do you think?
Yeah, there's something on here where I don't think we've actually seen in the public realm, and ZTE it looks like somehow that is enmeshed with the backroom negotiations over North Korea. I would still worry about Chinese spying. You know, I'm all for buying undershirts from China. I'm very worried about electronics at this point. But China does have plans that are not friendly to us over the next 30 years. Or by 2049, they want to be the dominant world power. I'm worried about that strategy. But as far as North Korea, China has never been our friend. And I think, in a way, one way to look at it is China, in a sense, is North Korea's nuclear umbrella. I mean, would they go to war with us over North Korea? Probably not. But North Korea has clearly had China's okay to pursue nuclear weapons for years. China could have stopped that. It did not. So when you read that China is dismayed and disappointed about Kim's nuclear weapons, no. I mean, the real nuclear power we need to worry about in Asia is China. And Russia, by the way, which is also buddies with North Korea. But they're sort of bigger threats further out, but much bigger. And China, I think, uses North Korea as sort of that's its test case. That's how you can push the envelope. And North Korea has gone very far for too many years to demonstrate to the world that if you sort of play chicken with the United States, we will back down. That's the very difficult game that President Trump has to play. We can't let North Korea keep nuclear weapons. I doubt that diplomatically he can solve this, although he's trying. So it may yet come, Neil, to military action.
Well, we'll see what happens. Claudia, thank you very much. I hope not either. Yeah. Thank you, my friend, though. Good read of things, how they stand right now. Claudia Rossett.